Do you want to increase your fertility? Do you have PCOS? And not only do you want to get pregnant, but you also want to feel healthy in your body? If that's you, then welcome to the PCOS Fertility Health Podcast. Hi, I'm Dr. Angela Potter, an integrative fertility doctor, and I'm here to share with you the tools and strategies that you need to turn around irregular cycles and get the best chance at getting pregnant when you have PCOS. Let's go. Welcome back. Last episode, you got a deep dive into the PCOS myth that birth control is the only treatment for irregular periods. It is the only answer in order to get regular periods when you have PCOS. You learned that that is a complete myth. You learned about what birth control is doing, how it's just shutting down all your internal hormones that set you up for fertility. And it's just this Band-Aid solution for fertility purposes. And I want to be really clear about that. So birth control is a Band-Aid solution specifically when we are talking about its use for irregular periods. Okay, when you're using it to actually stop pregnancy, using it in other ways, those are different conversations. We are talking specifically about using birth control for irregular periods. So that's where we left off in the last episode. I made a promise to you that I would share, okay, if birth control is not the answer, what is it that can set you up for regular periods when you have PCOS? What is that missing link? Because you also know that I shared with you that actually everyone who has worked with me in my practice who has irregular periods after being on the pill, and then once they start working with me, their periods turn around and get regular. So what is it that they have that you don't have yet? And that's what we are going to talk about in today's episode. And here's what I think is so cool about you. You are committed to your health. Yes, you see pregnancy in your future, but honestly, you just don't feel like your body is ready for a baby yet. And you are committed to figuring out the root cause of your fertility struggles, to getting to a place where you feel healthy and you feel like your body is prepped for baby. And I think that is so cool. And I am thrilled to have you here. I want to share some words that somebody wrote about working with me. She writes, I have been struggling with infertility for years. I heard Dr. Potter on the Fertility podcast discussing PCOS types and had to check her practice out. I can't explain the relief I have felt since starting to work personally with Dr. Potter. She is extremely knowledgeable, personal, and has incredible empathy and has been the first doctor to make me feel like my issues are actual issues and they can be solved. I feel a lot of peace knowing we have a plan in place. Regular check-ins with Dr. Potter are holding me accountable to make the changes I need to naturally, and she both pushes and also seems to know when to slow down if I'm feeling overwhelmed. I am feeling better than I have ever felt and starting to see small, incremental, and real changes in my body. Even if I never get pregnant, and of course that's the goal, it has been worth it to go down this path to actually feel well and healthy. And of course, I truly believe with all of Dr. Potter's guidance, a positive pregnancy test is 100% possible. If you're a PCOS girly struggling with fertility and have felt like you had no options, I can promise you that you will feel hope and relief if you work with Dr. Potter. She is an incredible doctor and advocate, and I wished I had met her sooner in my journey. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Oh, thank you so much for writing those. You know who you are. Just some really beautiful nuggets in there. What I wanted to highlight is that you said that I helped you feel like your issues are actual issues and that they can be solved. And I think that's really important to highlight because so many women, perhaps you who's listening today feels the same way, that with PCOS, you're just brushed aside. Your symptoms are brushed aside. The fact that you want more answers is brushed aside. You're only being told that birth control is the answer for irregular periods. You're not being told anything else. And so I strive in my practice when you work with me to be really real with you about these issues, about the fact that they are issues for you. And then I'm serious about getting you on a plan that's going to turn those around. When you start working with me, I am here to hold you accountable for your goals and your dreams. So, if birth control is not the answer for irregular cycles, what is? Because you can't just stay there in this place where you continue to have irregular cycles and you're not ovulating. No, I am ready to get you to a place where you are having regular cycles and you are seeing positive ovulation in your body, just like all these other women who have worked with me in my practice. So, what is it that takes someone from having irregular cycles with PCOS and getting to a place where they have regular cycles and ovulate without using birth control? What they have that you currently don't have is an individualized plan. Yes, that is it. That is the missing link, is that they got an individualized plan. And why this is so important is because right now you are going to a fertility clinic where you see a different doctor every time you show up, and you don't feel like anyone's managing your care. And you're on that conveyor belt of fertility care. You are just getting a medicated cycle after medicated cycle. Your doctor comes in to see you for a quick 2 minutes and you're told, oh, diet and lifestyle are not going to make any changes for your PCOS. Yes, your labs are fine, so just keep moving forward with these medicated cycles. And here you are, you're looking around, you're like, hold up, how are my labs fine when I don't feel fine? I'm still having irregular periods. These medicated cycles I've been on, they haven't worked yet. So where is this missing link? That missing link is having an individualized plan, understanding where you are right now, what deficiencies are coming up for you, what hormones are out of whack for you with your PCOS, getting a clear picture of what that looks like for you, and then getting a plan that addresses those issues. That's it. Your body's natural resting place is one in which it has a period every month. If you're born with female organs and you have female hormones, your body really wants to have a period every month. Now, on the other side of this, it's not because your body is broken that you're not able to have a period every month. It's not because you're failing at something. The reason that you are not able to have a regular period is that you haven't figured out that underlying issue of what's keeping you stuck yet. And that is not on your shoulders to figure out. You don't need to figure that out. I am here to figure that out for you and to help you with that path that's going to get you to a place where, like every other person in my practice who's been on the pill and then gotten off and had irregular cycles and then worked with me and got their bodies to a place where they're able to have regular cycles, I want to help you get there too. Like this one person who had been trying to get pregnant for 11 years before starting to work with me. And she had previously gone to see a doctor who put her on birth control. And she got on the birth control because at that time, that was the only thing she knew to do. And it just made her feel sick. Like it just not good things were happening while she was on birth control. And so she stopped and she was looking for other answers because that doctor wasn't giving her any. That doctor was also telling her, yeah, lifestyle and diet, not going to do anything for your PCOS. And so she was like, that just doesn't feel like a good fit for me. And so she was looking for other answers. She found me and I got her on my PCOS fertility protocol. She was having regular cycles within the first 6 weeks of working with me. She had her first cycle, and then moving forward for the next 3 months, she had a 33-day cycle, and then she was pregnant with her baby. What I did for her was I figured out that root cause that was keeping her in a place of having irregular cycles. And then I got a plan together for her that took care of that addressed that. So then after 11 years of trying to get pregnant, she was finally able to get pregnant. And that is my fertility superpower, is to help you figure out the root cause of what's keeping you stuck, what's keeping you in this place of having irregular cycles. And then I get you an individualized plan that's addressing exactly what it is that's coming up for you. Do you see how that works? Isn't that so cool? And the answer is different for everybody. That story I just told you, what she needed is different from what you are going to need, which is why having an individualized plan is key to turning around irregular cycles. It sounds kind of simple, like, oh, okay, doc, that's all I need? An individualized plan? Yes, because you aren't getting that so far. Right now, you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that it sticks. And that is not going to get you pregnant. What you need is a plan that is specific to your body's PCOS needs and your body's fertility needs. And I can help you get there. You can jump on one of those free calls with me over at drangelapotter.com/PCOS. So now you know that birth control is not the only answer for irregular cycles. In fact, using it for irregular cycles is just a Band-Aid solution. Now you know what you need to have in place in order to get your body to a place where you are able to have regular cycles and positive ovulation tests. It is possible to get regular periods and to ovulate on your own when you have PCOS. I see this all the time in my practice, and women with PCOS are getting pregnant every single day. And you could very well be next. Hold on to that as you go forward today. If you want to support this podcast, you can leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or simply share this episode with your friends. And as a reminder, the information on this podcast is just that. It's information, and it should not replace the medical advice that you are currently getting from your doctor. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you right back here next Wednesday.